What's good, y'all? About to send this link out, then we're going to go ahead and get started. Test, test, test. We are live. Bam. Bam. All right, cool. We're going to wait for y'all to hop in. In the meantime, look at some of these setups right here. Let me know how the mic sounds when y'all hop in here. Whoops, it'll help my screen. Does what it needs to also. What's going on, y'all? What's going on? We got a few setups we're looking at right now. I was looking at this GJ setup. I was looking at it last night. I ended up doing a nice drop last night. So look back on the daily time frame, we're right back in this consolidation. Just like we was talking about in the, not the Sunday chart analysis, what we call it, the Tuesday night, Wednesday chart analysis. We was talking about how we still have bearish momentum, but we've been struggling to break the support level at 180 and treat it as a resistance. So depending on what happens today, we can not only hit 180, but I want to see if we can break and hold as resistance to see if the downtrend is going to continue. Because as you can see, each time it's hit the support level, it's rejected and failed to close and hold below it. So this next time, I either want to see it break that level or I want to see it reject. And, we see the uptrend come into play. Of course, right now, there is bearish momentum, so I am leaning towards sells. But again, you still got to understand what's potentially about to go down and happen. That way, you're not shocked or surprised by anything that happens in markets. You get what I'm saying? So when we're watching JPY charts, the euro pairs are still not moving as smoothly as GBP pairs, which is interesting. Turn this volume down a little bit. There we go. So we're going to still keep an eye on these charts, though. EJ kind of doing a similar move as well. You can see some of the similarities here. But I like GJ a little bit better personally. So we're watching GJ. We're also watching GU. GU went as projected yesterday. I'm looking for another buy setup. So we're going to be waiting for one or two things. Either for GU to break this resistance level at 28.30 and see if we can hold that support. If we can do that, they can look for buys going to around 28.80. And if we can break and hold that level of support, we can see continued buys going to 29.40. Or we can see a possible retracement down to 27.70 where we can look for the buy setup. So we're just going to be watching, waiting to see what price does, wait for our confirmations. So we're going to look at GU buys and then possible GJ sales. I was looking at a sell setup here, but as you can see, it started to move a little bit before London session. We look right here. This was last night during Tokyo session when it did a nice drop. Because again, we saw yesterday, it was breaking this level, holding as support. I personally left it alone because, like I said, I want to see how it's going to react to these two levels above it. You see, it didn't even hit those two levels. Retraced back down, failed to hold this level as support, rejected, and then around like when Tokyo session started, retested, then drops back down to where we was catching sales like a week or two ago. So I'm going to see if it's going to pick up where it left off a couple weeks ago. But when we look right here, where I had the sell set up at, it broke this level about an hour ago, retested the level, it's already treating as resistance and pushing its way down. So we're either going to wait for it to retrace, see how if it can continue to hold as resistance, or we're going to see how it reacts to this main level. Let's see it react and break at. So we're just patiently waiting because, as you know, we don't chase setups. So we're just going to let price do its thing for right now. And then we're going to be looking at possible buys on gold as well. But as you can see, after hit the top of the zone, it's kind of just been consolidating and chilling. We're just going to wait for volume to kick in. Wouldn't be surprised, but it's a little bit similar to yesterday. We still want to look for some setups today, though, during London session. But it's like yesterday, a lot of the moves started to happen during New York. But yeah, we're still looking for some setups. I got to add a level up here, so you're probably going to see me do that in a little bit. You guys got any questions? Drop in the chat. We're looking at charts. Drop in the chat. Did just drop a new video yesterday, a new trade breakdown. If you haven't checked that out yet, make sure to watch that. I'm going to drop that link in the chat right now. What's going on, Truth Capital? Are the yellow lines your support and resistance levels, key levels? Yes, exactly. All the lines on my screen, the gold and blue lines are my key price levels and my support and resistance levels. What's going on, Dane? How you doing? Good morning. Happy holidays. Way appreciate the happy holidays to you too, David. How you feeling? I hope you're all doing good. We all enjoyed y'all's little extra break, extra 2-day break from the charts and or work. We back to business though. We back to business. So we see some rejection wicks. See price kind of rejecting this level here at around 180.35, 180.30. Got to do 15 and 5 minutes about to pop up in a few minutes, but let's see what that's looking like. Those just joining the stream, we have not entered this yet. This is just a trade idea. Go ahead and hit that first link in the description. Join the free signal and free Telegram. You see on your screen how we did last month and last quarter. Go ahead and hit that first link and check that out for yourselves. We're going to pull up how we did yesterday, how we did last week, how we're doing so far this month, this quarter, and what y'all see on the screen as well in a little bit. But go ahead and hit that first link. You can check that out for yourselves. We're looking at a couple setups right now. Looking at a possible GJ sell. We're looking at a possible GJ buy. We're going to be going over the AUD and New Zealand pairs in a second as well, because we're going to talk about those as well. But yeah, we're just patiently waiting right now. But let's see what this next 15 looks like. What's going on, Naomi? I see you in here. Merry Christmas to you too, man. Appreciate it. Yeah, so we're just patiently waiting right now. We're just patiently waiting. You see GJ rejected that level, so we're gonna see what the next 15 looks like. It's kind of been, this is the furthest it's gone so far since it's broken back below this level. As we can see right here by these candlesticks, but we can see it's closing and retracing right back where it's been for the past hour, right? So this is where price was at and where price closed at when it broke this level, and this is when price was doing the retest. But it's still closed basically at the same spot, and even this candlestick is slowly going further, but it's still struggling to break through these levels of traffic to the left. So we're just going to wait and see what happens in the next 15. And again, we're going to see if volume can do that. You guys, GU kind of chilling underneath this level right here. Again, while we was looking for buys or talking about buys in yesterday's live stream, because again, when you go on the bigger time frame, a lot of y'all get confused because y'all hop on the smaller time frames to try to do everything at once. And by everything at once, I mean you hop on a smaller time frame to automatically try to identify the trend. You try to find your key levels. You try to look for your interest exit. You try to do everything on a smaller time frame, and that's simply not how you do it. That's y'all skipping a lot of steps, whether you know it or not. And that's how y'all get confused and caught a lot of fake outs and liquidity sweeps. Obviously, if you get caught in a retracement like how we did yesterday with GA, you can't really control that part. But to avoid fake outs and understand the actual move and direction price is going, you got to go in the time frames and identify the trend. It's very important before you take any trade and setup to identify the trend, because that's going to tell you what your game plan for the trade and the day is going to be and all that good stuff. If you don't understand how to identify the trend, highly recommend watching this video, but explore the content on the channel. Like I saw a comment I got to respond to. I don't know if you're in the live, but you was asking about how to, mark up the levels. And I got videos going over that. I just dropped one like maybe a week or two ago. So you know what I'm saying? You gotta scroll through the channel, scroll through the video, look at the titles, all the titles, specifically go over and explain what each video is about. So you know what I'm saying? Just read the titles. The titles are going to tell you what the video is about and what to expect from it. And then watch those videos, and that's going to help y'all out. I want to drop a couple in the chat right now. You guys got any questions? Drop them in the chat. When we look at your charts, drop them in the chat. But let me find these videos really quick. Yeah, I don't know, Anthony, if there's a typo or you're speaking another language. I don't know what you're trying to say. So you want to retype that or translate that in English? I'll be happy to respond. I don't know what you're saying right there. All right, and 15 just started, so we kind of some consolidation underneath this level. Got retest going on as well, so we're gonna watch and see how price reacts there. So we're doing that before we pull up the Telegram. Let's go over a couple of the other charts really quick. All right, because I only got these charts up because again, like I always talk about, I go through all the pairs and see which ones I like the most, and then that's the ones that I focus on. So looking at GN and GA, depending on what happens today and tomorrow, we could see a possible reversal and uptrend come into play. So right now, today, but depending on how price reacts to these next couple levels above us, we could see that potentially happen. Because as you can see right here, was catching a nice down, was catching all these sales down all this month. But when we go into the daily time frame, what we see here is, let me grab my other hand, pull this out. All right, we had some consolidation right here. Price broke that consolidation, made a lower low, low high, lower low. We see right here the support level. Let me zoom in so y'all can see this a little bit better. Right, we see right here when price try to break the support level to make a lower low. It did break it, but failed to hold this level as a resistance, continue to hold it as support. And since price failed to hold the low as resistance, it continued to respect that support. And what happens when levels of free trade as support? It pushes up. So that's exactly what's happening right now. Even last night, GN rejected the level again, as you can see by this huge rejection with price is pushing up. So depending on how he reacts to these next couple of levels, we could possibly see a reversal come into play. But we're still going to be waiting for those confirmations. Not going to jump the gun on it yet. So I'm not looking for buys on it yet. It's going to be just like with GJ yesterday. Going to wait to see how it reacts to these levels. Because again, I'm not going to assume that it's going to do that. I want to wait and see if it is going to do that. But again, you got to anticipate and prepare for all possible scenarios. It's just like chess, right? You think of all the possible moves that can happen. You got to think 3 moves ahead. You know what I'm saying? That way you're never shocked or surprised by something that happens, right? Because a lot of times people get fucked up in the markets because there's a lot of reasons why. One of the main reasons why is because, they're getting caught in surprises and stuff like that. We're trying to avoid and knock all that out. Which is why it's important to understand what's going on the charts at all times. US30 ended up going as projected as well, still in the uptrend, still making higher highs, pushing nicely. Again, this is the highest price has been, so there is new levels getting created, and it's probably gonna be the same thing next year if the uptrend continues, which it looks like it is. So as far as US30, we can just be looking for buys, but as far as where we can see it go, can't really project that yet. We're just gonna have to wait to see what price does. But we are gonna look for buys. But that's also why I haven't really been trading or calling signals, I should say. I have been taking some position, but as far as signals, I don't really call signals because again, make an all-time high, so it's not really exact prices or even TPs or risk rewards I can really mark up and send out for you guys, which is why we've been looking at gold and the currency pairs lately. There were still plenty of good setups to catch on those yesterday and last week as well. As far as SPX, it broke this level yesterday. Well, this happened last night actually. During Tokyo session, it broke this resistance level that I was looking at. So if we continue to hold this level of support at 47.95, 4800, we can look for buys going to 48.20, 4800. So that's what we're looking at for SPX. Gold, we're still going for buys, but as you can see, after hit the top of the zone, it's rejecting that level. So we're either going to see price retrace back down to around 2070, or we're going to see if we can break and hold 2088, 2090 as a support. But as we can see right now, that thing is rejecting that level, as we can see. So we're going to see what happens, going into New York and all that good stuff. And GJ is still kind of chilling right there. Let's pull up GU back up. If you guys got any questions, drop them in the chat. When look at the charts, drop them in the chat. But we're just chilling, patiently waiting right now. Go to the huge rejection. And the members watching, that's why I always do my best to let y'all know as soon as price hits the top, bottom, middle of these zones, because you'll see reactions like this 8 times out of 10 when price hits these levels. Yeah, we got a couple more days for that. Yep. New Year. Those that got resolutions, you know what I'm saying? You don't gotta wait till the new year for the resolution to start. You know what I'm saying? Like, you should be having new goals and stuff, new game plans and all that throughout the entire year. A lot of people think, you got to wait till the new year to kind of start or change things in your life. Most people don't follow or keep up with their resolutions anyways. So, when you want to change something or add something to your life, you just do it right then and there. Start that day, start that week. But yeah, next year's going to definitely be interesting, both trading and in real life. So be on the lookout for what we got coming next year. And if you're not subscribed yet, make sure to subscribe. All right, because we don't just live stream every day, but we post weekly content from trade breakdowns, trading tip videos, trading plan videos, trading psychology videos, all types of stuff. And also make sure to follow me on Instagram and TikTok. I see it scrolling at the bottom of your screen. Instagram's _weight, TikTok's _playmakerweight_. Post daily on both pages. Yeah, but we was at 2K subs, y'all. Shout out to everybody in here. But yeah, so we see GJ retracing back up, which is again another reason why we don't chase trades. Because imagine if we saw price, those out here at the beginning of the live when price was all the way down here, we took a sell right here. We'd be an unnecessary drawdown for one, and then price is right back where we ideally want to enter at. So we would have missed our ideal entry, had a worse risk reward setup, and then, what I'm saying, would be a drawdown for no reason. So that's why I always talk about never chase trades. Price is always going to retrace. If you miss the retracement, just wait for price to either retrace again or wait for price to hit your next key price level. Never chase a trade. So we got a new 5-minute about to pop up in new 15, so we're going to see what that's looking like. You guys got any questions, drop in the chat. We're looking at charts, drop in the chat. But in the meantime, we're going to go over how we did yesterday, how we're doing so far this month, and all that good stuff. So yesterday, we took the first loss of the month. We was on a crazy win streak. How big of a win streak? I didn't do the math, but we can do the math really quick while we pull this up and go over it. So yesterday, we took a GA setup. It barely missed TP1, and then it tried for a little bit to continue to hold the low as resistance, but ended up rejecting. We got caught in a retracement and or reversal. We won't know about the reversal part until today and tomorrow, how the markets end up playing out today and tomorrow. But as far as how we did last week we went 7-0, took 0 losses last week, gave us 100% win rate, caught 2,507 pips. The week before that, we went 6-0. Again, 100% win rate, caught 17,963 pips. And then the week before that, we went 5-0, caught 793 pips. And then the first week, we went 9-0, catching 9,000 pips. So we was on a about, did I do that math correctly? No. So it was on like a 20-ish win streak, 20-plus win streak. And that was just this month. We was also kind of on a nice win streak the month before as well. We went 3-0 this week. The week before that, we went 8-0. So it was on like a 30-plus win streak. And that ended like in the middle of November, right? So that's how we're doing so far this quarter. Now, how we did in October, if you scroll to, I believe, let me scroll down a little bit. I went a little bit past it. Scroll. Every trade posted as the date, the time the trade was entered, personal entry, SL, how people either enter the trade, reactions, TPs getting hit. Do the recap the day at end of every day. All wins and losses are posted. Screenshots of positions, all that good stuff. If you scroll to December, what day is it? Here it is. If you go to December 5th, you'll see how we did last month. Right, that's how we did November. November we went 22-1, gave us a 96% win rate. Got 58,068 pips. 57,798 strictly with the members in the advanced play signal room. And then if you scroll to November 1st, you'll see how we did October. October went 32-5. Only took 5 losses, 32 wins. October gave us an 86% win rate. Caught 157,608 pips, 125,674 strictly with the members in the advanced play signal room. So that's how we're doing so far this quarter. If you scroll to October 8th, you'll see how we did last quarter. We'll go over that in a second. I'm just going to scroll to it, and then I want to make sure I'm not missing anything on the charts. All right, so G is still doing that. Let's see what GJ is up to. Yeah, so GJ is pushing back up. So we're just going to move this over, and we're going to see how we react to this level here. We ideally want to see if it can hold it as resistance, because again, I am still leaning towards sells because we are bearish, and for us to look for sell positions, we need price to continue to push down and continue to hold levels as resistance. So just because we want that to happen doesn't mean we're just going to jump into trade. We always want to wait for confirmations and wait for price to show what it's trying to do, because price will always show us what it's trying to do or what it's going to do. You just got to be patient enough to wait to see price do that and to see what price is, literally trying to do and stuff like that. Price is always going to give you hints. Price never just randomly does stuff, and there's no coincidences in the markets. But yeah, right now a lot of these charts is either retrace or retesting levels, or it's like what GU's kind of doing, consolidating, or it's like what SPX and Gold's doing, which is kind of retracing, retesting levels. But retracements are the part of the game. Not tripping too much about that. Just letting price do its thing. Just patiently waiting. You guys got any questions? Drop them in the chat. We're looking at any charts, drop them in the chat. Make sure to hit that like button when y'all hop in here too. Just dropped a new video yesterday. If you haven't checked it out yet, you want to go ahead and drop that in the chat. Make sure to check that out while you're in the live. Y'all know how YouTube works. Go ahead and click the profile, explore the channel, look at the playlist, all that good stuff. Make sure to hit that first link in the description while you're at it. Join the free signal for your Telegram. But yeah, we're going to see what this next 15 looks like. We got GJ still holding this up as a resistance. This is a good sign. So let's go right to trade ideas up. Those joining the stream, we have not entered this yet. It's just a trade idea as of now. We have not entered this yet. We are looking at this idea though, and this possible position. If you guys got any questions, drop them in the chat. Want to look at any charts, drop them in the chat. And looks like it's still not holding that level yet. USD pairs are retracing as well. So really quick, let's go ahead and pull up these other charts and see what they're looking like. That chance to push us. So I want to see how he reacts to these levels right here. You can see some possible reversals come into play here. So our price can break 88. Oh, this is GA we're looking at right here. So again, like I said, with the New Zealand AUD pairs, depending on what they do today and tomorrow, we can see possible reversals come into these and the possible uptrend come into play. It's not confirmed yet, but that's what I'm watching and waiting on. Again, I don't really care about missing a couple pips here or there. I like to go for the actual move. So until I know for myself if it's like, a high, lower, low, I really don't. I'll just let price do what it's doing. You know what I'm saying? My goal, and y'all's goal should be to catch every pip in the market. So that's how I go about it. So right now, what I'm looking at with the AUD New Zealand pairs, I'm waiting to see how it's going to react to these resistance levels. One, the GA, the resistance level I'm looking at is 8,800. If we continue to hold that level as resistance, we can see price still be bearish and price potentially come back down. But if this breaks that level, starts trending that level of support, we could see higher highs come away and a possible reversal. So that's what I'm just watching, looking at right now. Which why again I'm just looking at a couple charts right now, which is the SPX, GU, GJ, and gold. Those are the main ones I'm looking at right now. Got a couple other ones I'm looking at, but they're not close to entry points like these ones are. Excuse me. As far as news, if I'm not mistaken, nothing going on today. I don't think anything's going on this entire week. As far as like high impact news, so we're just simply been waiting on volume, and then again after tomorrow, back to more bank holidays. So there's going to be no trading Sunday night going into Monday. We'll be back on the charts Tuesday, but I think things won't be picking back up and back to normal until Wednesday or the 3rd. That's kind of how it was last year. Things kind of went back to normal on the 3rd last year as well. And that's also when we start seeing the news events pop back out as well, the first week of the month. So that's what we're looking forward to as well. But we're still going to be looking for some setups because there was plenty of setups yesterday. There was even setups last night. And there was even setups on Tuesday. So we're still going to be on the charts looking for some setups and opportunities. Got some retracements going down with the USD pairs. We got GJ basically trying to figure his life out, see if it's going to hold as low as resistance or not. And then we're waiting on GU to break out this consolidation for volume to pick up. So we're just patiently waiting right now. You guys got any questions? Drop in the chat. When looking at your charts, drop in the chat. I'm liking how GJ's looking right here. I like how this is looking right here. Might hop in this in a second. Everything else kind of retracing and chilling. GJ did a retest, is right back to where it left off. Still holding, respecting the last resistance. Got a new 15 about to pop off. This might try to take off this next candlestick. We're going to see what it does. We're going to see what it does. Those running string, I have not entered this yet. This is just a trade idea. Go ahead and hit that first link in the description. Join the free signal for Telegram. You see on your screen how we did last month and last quarter. Go ahead and hit that first link and check that out for yourselves. You got any questions, drop them in the chat. When looking at your charts, drop them in the chat. All right, new 15 just popped up. Let's see what this does. Yeah, I like this right here. I'm gonna see if we can hold this line again for the downtrend to continue. We need to break 180 and hold that as resistance. Each time it's tried to do so, it's rejected that level. Let's also continue to hold 180.40, 180.50 as a resistance. So depending on if we can break and hold this low, because again, when we look throughout most of this year, all right, let's go on a naked chart so y'all can focus on what I'm talking about. When we look at most of this year right here, prices will continue to hold this level as a support. Now, this one's a little bit off from my other one. So let me adjust that. There we go. This one's a little bit off from Orlando. Let me see if I can find one. They're all slightly off. It is what it is. Y'all get what I'm talking about. So around right here, right at 180, we see each time price. When we look all the way up here, when we was in this uptrend, this was in June. We broke this level, held it as support, kept it pushing. When price retraced, we saw a possible reversal support level, continue to hold this level as support, even when price broke below it, failed to hold as resistance, shot back up, continued pushing, right? And then a few months later, when we had that choppy downtrend in September, same thing. Price hit this level, broke through it, but failed to hold as resistance. And then what happened? Same thing. Respect this as a huge support level. Uptrend came back into play, right? And then when we look at earlier this month, the beginning of this month, same thing, hit this level, continue to respect the support, consolidated here day after day after day, continue to respect this level. And even last week, anything hit this level, hold as a resistance. So depending on what happens today, if we can do that today, we could see the downtrend continue. But that's what's needed for the downtrend to continue. We need that level to be held as a resistance. So let's see if price can do that today. So we're gonna see if price can do that. As far as gold or everything else, looks like prices were tracing on us. Nothing we can do about that. Just gonna let price do its thing. Shout out to everybody that's been here since the beginning. Shout out to everybody that's been here since y'all joined. Make sure to hit that like button, y'all. Make sure to subscribe if you're not subscribed yet. Make sure to explore the channel, look at the content. Just dropped a video yesterday. Got some more videos on the way for y'all. Got a lot of videos in the works. I got a lot of things in store next year as well. I got a lot of things I'm working on for next year. So just be on the lookout for that as well. We'll let price do this thing. So let's see what these other charts are up to. No, you're usually going to put GBPs on. Yeah, so I hit that lower objective. So we're going to see if it's going to hold that level of support. Right now, it's still being held as resistance. GA, same thing. So I'm going to let those charts do their thing. SPX is on this level. So if we can continue to hold this level of support, we can look for a buy setup here. Let me just move my alerts back up. I thought I had an alert on here. Oh, there it is. It's all the way down here. It's a decent stop loss. Yeah, so we're going to see if price can hold this level or not. Yeah, so we see like literally different behaviors in the Euro and GBP pairs. They've been doing their own thing lately. So we want to see if GJ can keep on pushing. I was looking at the other charts, but as you can see, SPX and goals are tracing. We're just letting them do retracements and retests. GU's kind of still in the same position. Again, we don't really care which way it goes. We want to just wait for it to meet our confirmations, hit one of our levels. So we're either looking for a buy here or a buy here. But either way, we don't really care. GJ is pushing down nicely. So we want to see how this 15 closes, and then we're going to go from there. But yeah, SPX is rejecting. So we're going to let SPX do its thing. And the same thing with gold. Yeah, we're just really waiting on volume right now. Price has kind of been dead right now. It might be just like yesterday. It might pick up in the next couple hours. Still gonna be on the charts, but we're just waiting on volume mainly. Members, you already know in a couple of hours, I'm gonna drop that new price watch list for y'all. Still gonna be on the charts. We're gonna go ahead and hop off in a second. I want to make sure I'm not missing any comments. I don't see any comments. You guys got any other questions? Like always, y'all can DM me on Instagram or leave comments under the videos or the content on Instagram or TikTok. I'm always going through there, making sure I'm not missing anything. And if you have not watched the chart analysis in the free Telegram, make sure to do that. Make sure to hit that first link and join while you're at it. And we're going back at the same time tomorrow, London session, 3 a.m. EST.